Okay, let's get right into it. If you've spent any time watching the crypto charts these last few weeks, you felt it right.
Oh, absolutely.
This feeling of being just completely stuck, like you're in a vice grip, just relentless, tight consolidation.
Precisely. And that's what we want to cut through in this deep dive. Based on the Vantage Plus analysis from this week, we're going to pull out the exact technical trigger points.
For the big ones, BTC.
For BTC, ETH, XRP, and SOL. Because these numbers are really the only things that matter right now. They'll tell us if this market is finally going to move.
So let's start with the big why. Why are we so stuck? Fundamentally, the report is pretty clear.
It is. I mean, the crypto space is just, there's no positive momentum, no gas in the tank. We're just locked in this narrow little box.
And what I found interesting was the external context, the clue from the wider market. Crypto usually follows the NASDAQ.
And that's the fascinating part here. The NASDAQ is actually positive, but it's seriously lagging the S&P 500.
So crypto's waiting for its leader to catch up?
Seems like it. And even a weak US dollar, which should be giving Bitcoin a boost, can't seem to break this spell. It's a market just holding its breath.
Okay, so let's get into the numbers. Bitcoin, it's the anchor. Trading around $87,700. It's struggling with that $90,000 mark.
Yeah, but that's just short-term noise.
Yeah.
The structural picture, the one you need to watch, is all about two key levels.
All right.
On the downside, the market stays stable as long as we defend $82,000.
So $82,000 is the floor.
That is the critical support. If that breaks, the downside could accelerate.
And what about the upside? What's the real bull market signal, not just a little bounce?
For that, we need a decisive break above the 50-moving average. And that's currently sitting at $101,782.
Wow, so $101,782. That's a big jump.
It is. But that 50 MA, that's not just some line on a chart. It's the trend line the big funds watch.
Yeah.
If we clear that, the bullish floodgates could really open.
Okay, so if the king is stuck, let's talk about the heir apparent, Ethereum. It's at what, 2,939?
And it's doing the exact same thing as Bitcoin, just mirroring that compression. Any little push higher just fades away.
So what's the trigger for ETH?
Well, first, it needs to get over that psychological $3,000 level. That would flip short-term sentiment. But the real confirmation,
Structural,
the
really.
real signal, is a push above its 50-moving average and the $3,500 handle. That would lock in a sustained move higher.
All right, now let's shift to the altcoins, because this is where the picture really changes and gets a bit darker.
It really does.
Let's talk about XRP. It's trading at 1.8739 DONs. And the analysis here felt much more bearish to me, especially that line about the December 2017 support zone.
Yes, and that is a critical point. You really can't gloss over that.
So it's trading below its support from back then.
Exactly. That zone was the last major structural support before that huge bull run started. Falling back under it. I mean, that suggests this isn't just a dip. It implies a deeper structural problem.
So what are the levels there?
A move back above the psychological $2,000 mark would offer some relief, sure. But the real alarm bell rings if it breaks below $1,700. That could signal some serious downside.
Yikes. Okay, finally, Selena. It's at about $123.81, and it seems to be defending a really specific historical level right now.
It is. It's trading right on the important support level of $120.
And that's a level that's held up before, right?
Multiple times since March of 2024. The analysis suggests it's acting like a liquidity magnet right now, pulling the price in. A break lower here would probably lead to a further slide.
And for any positive momentum.
Same story. It has to break that 50-moving average, which is still pushing it down on the weekly chart.
So when you map it all out, it's really clear. The entire market is defined by these tight ranges. And these specific price levels we just talked about, they're the only triggers that matter right now.
Until one of them gives way, we are just waiting.
So that brings us to the final thought.
Right. If we connect this all back to the bigger picture, it raises a really important question for you to consider.
Which is?
If this sideways pattern goes on for much longer, what happens to that strong connection between crypto and the NASDAQ?
You mean, does the link start to break?
Exactly. Is that linkage weakening for good?
Yeah.
Or is the crypto market just being extremely patient, waiting for the NASDAQ to sort out its own lag before making the next big move? Something to chew on as you watch those levels.